I kind of want to start off with the whole, I want to hit it with the we're back.
We're back.
Ayo.
Good morning.
No, that's actually I have to find my own catchphrase. I want my own catchphrase, and I'm not using good morning anymore. We're canceling that. That is 2022 shenanigans. We are in 2023 now, baby. Hell yeah.
PG record.
Beautiful.
Good morning. Hello. But yeah, no, but for real, you go out. They just be like, "Oh, you looking good? You still looking good?" I say, "Okay." I see you shooting. Let me get your number right quick. We've been friends too long. Yeah, you fine. And squeezing up on your arm like this.
But I must have been solid back then, cause I sure as hell dressing now.
That
I don't think it was. That was actually horrible.
I ain't stealing that, mate.
No way.
That hard.
That is so simple. No, that's not
That
hard.
hard, bro.
Wait, that's all over.
Listen. That hard. That bad. Listen, that hard, mate. That hard. That's
Okay, baby. I need some new Air Force Ones because I'm. When she come back? You mean if she come back?
She said she gotta read it. You gotta let her read it on camera.
Oh no.
You know what? Oh, okay.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
That's a 10 out of 10. I was musty salad.
I must see was solid back then because I dress it. But
That's the ultimate Instagram
I want to
caption.
think of another one. That's what you're going with?
Bro, no, but that hard, bro.
I get a bust out.
I'm trying to think of another one.
No, but Gabe, they is. Oh,
I
you
got
got
it.
pretty eyes. I'm like, all right. Especially when you dress up, and a nice button down.
Normally I say, you have pretty eyes. Your kids could have them, but you playing.
Yeah. 2 for 2.
Yeah. Or these shoes must have killed cocaine on them because I'm all laced up.
Oh.
No? Okay. I tried. I couldn't get the 3-piece. I understand. I'm mad at it. I can live with 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 is a good grade to me.
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Watching cartoons separates you from others.
Yo, baby hairs. Who came up with baby hairs?
Okay, so you really want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So baby hairs, right? Are we recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are for a little bit now.
So
Intros?
we
just jumping into it?
All right. So baby hairs. If you grew up in like school in the 90s, right? Baby hairs were very like prevalent. But the thing is, if you watch movies and TV shows, it was mainly the hood chicks that had baby hairs. And then in the 90s, it was still kind of more the hood chicks that did all of like that curtain and swirling and all of that.
Yeah.
But then, as is Gen Z, because they're unoriginal, brought back the baby hair trend when they brought back all the 90s trends. So,
But I think
but the thing is, I feel like
I see older people's cat on the
and
baby
like I
hairs too.
said, it was done. Millennials and Gen Xers used to do it all the time in high school. Now, mostly I know a lot of girls. Like if you had like that, some people be like you get it, but then like because it only was like certain types of girls to wear, but then.
Everybody is weird.
I was
baby hairs now.
sheltered, so
Yeah.
no, I'm saying who I saw it on. Most of the girls I know was like, oh, these kind of the hood chicks, and it came from that watching chicks in like music videos and the American style. Because I remember my girl from TLC Chile, Jesus Christ, she liked her window curtain. It was like in Sanskrit. But they brought the baby hairs back, but they're ridiculous with it. Like I saw one girl was down here, and I'm like, "Ma'am, why do you have curtains on your forehead?"
Oh no.
Like I think it's like a lot now.
Welcome back to
you
the
yelling?
first
No.
part of the year of Tool for Cartoons. It is me and my grateful, most gracious co-hosts. I'm so happy to see them live and well in this brand new year
He's like, he can't stand us.
in 2023. I mean, hopefully we do way more. It's almost been a year since we started this sport.
Yeah, when
What's
did we
going to be our
start?
podcast anniversary
Where-
coming on?
Okay, when did we start? I'm trying to remember which key cut that was.
Was it March?
I think
It was whatever Giga was the hero, the villain arc thing.
Yeah.
And I was Commissioner Gordon that day.
Yes.
So I can't remember if it was.
I'm going to
Now-
go find the date when I get home. Probably
Well,
gonna
yeah,
scroll
I'm
all the
probably
way to
gonna
the
look
top.
through. Like, I have pictures that have that. I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, I could tell I think it was March. I think. Yeah, it was March. That day when we got on that panel, and nothing was the same.
In all honesty, actually, y'all should credit me because I literally was like, hey, I was just looking for friends. But I was like, we should do this again. We should sit down and have a discussion about stuff. And he was like, how about we like do it as a podcast? And here we are. And by he, I mean just, I have a question. I know why you look like a Unabomber right now? A fashionable Unabomber.
I am Killer 7.
Killer 7.
Yeah, but I'm part Hashira. So I have 2 fandoms. If those who know, you know. See what I'm saying?
I guess I'm just uneducated. But yeah, Gabriel is back. Hero Decimus still alive, and we're
Unfortunately,
in 2020.
I thought the poison would work.
What was that? What was that, darling?
I thought the poison would work because
See,
you
you
know I
gotta
got
watch
this
out-
hefty life insurance on you. You gotta watch out for Red Woman. I know
You're
this
Red
bit.
Woman. Yeah.
Well,
You, okay,
we
you got
really
me.
need to
You
talk
got me.
about that though.
Red Woman.
What's introduce yourselves first and then we get
Hero
to that.
Decimus is back and still in 2023, baby, and we're doing even more this year. We're getting out there. I know you see me. You see me? The cash and go commercial.
Oh God.
That's all I got to say. But we getting there. We getting there.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Hi, I'm Archie, or aka everybody's favorite member of the podcast.
The MVP.
It's not the same when I'm not here. Cause nobody's here to make sure they behave. Anytime I leave and the church boys take over, I watch the episodes and I just be like, oh, it's so cute that in the beginning they talked about me. And I feel it's just applied me because after that it's just be pure nonsense.
Yes, absolutely.
Pure, unadulterated
City boys
trash.
down,
Shenanigans.
church boys up.
Yeah. I think I said on this episode.
Somebody should make that a song.
But I want to make that on a t-shirt. City boys down, church boys up. Hey,
And then have like, you have to have black Jesus with the praise hands up.
yeah, I agree. I'd love that. I'd pay for that shirt.
Because we believe in we're here, we're black Jesus here. We don't do the white hippie.
No, you still think Jesus was a wizard, but we ain't gonna go into that today.
Okay, so
No. I don't want to hear it.
who still thinks
My mother
that
watches
Jesus
these.
is a
No.
wizard?
No, you said that.
Me?
Yeah. October part, but
That
we're
was
not
the
getting
Halloween
back. Yeah. Wait, that was the funniest one.
If you think about, I do
No,
remember saying
no,
that.
no, go in there.
No,
today.
I don't. No, hear me out. No.
No,
Okay, because Gabe's mom watches this show, and
Oh, she does?
that's
Yeah,
what
she
just
should watch
said.
one of them, like 2 or 3 of them. Hi, mommy. I love you.
I have my mom watch this, but I know she could be like, "Bro, why you wouldn't shut up?" Like, my mommy
man.
loves me.
All right,
That's the intros.
so what we doing? Fun facts or word of the day? A word mean thing.
We're
Ladies
going
first?
with fun facts.
All right.
Okay, this is a fun fact that I didn't research, but I know it's actually well known. Did you know that in January is when all gyms are filled with the most people for no... Why? Why are y'all here?
New Year's resolution.
I
Almost
know-
everybody's New Year's resolution is
It's to
I'm
get-
gonna
get-
work out.
I know,
Give
but
them a month. Give them a month. In
It
a month they'll all be
literally
gone.
upsets me, bro, because I be in
Does
there, but it
anybody
looks
really
so
stick
good.
to it?
I
No.
do, and I be in there all the time, and I want to be on the equipment, and then there's some people who don't know
What
the
the hell they
gym
doing?
etiquette.
Yeah.
They're raised in a barn. They come in there, it's dirty, they leave, and I'm just like, you know, I should invest in an at-home gym. It's cleaner. It's cleaner because only I touch the stuff. But yeah, that is your fact of the day.
No, but I also want to add to that the Drake Over song. I see way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year.
Who the heck are y'all? I'm like, bro. Every
looking for?
time.
My chocolate. Try to remember.
Chocolates?
Talk
Chocolates?
amongst yourselves.
Chocolate. So that's the fun fact of the day.
Nagels.
So as Archie's trying to find her words mean things. You found it?
I still remember Cupid's kettle drums. My favorite word of the day.
I can't remember which phrases I did. So like,
You still
Okay,
doing Victorian
well,
slang?
Can I offer one to you?
sure.
Red woman. Please tell us why do people hate fair?
We
red
don't-
woman?
Okay, Gabe's mother. I need you at this
Nah,
present
just go
moment.
ahead.
to come
No, she's not a
here.
child. She's not a child.
Because, first of all, Jalen, you.
Bleep that out. She
I actually
bleeped
was
this
told
out.
the other day that I am not a red woman. So
Actually.
If you don't stop,
no, someone told me this is weird, right? Because
why you ain't a red woman and you almost yellow?
Tell me. Yeah.
I'm a seasonally red woman. Because
Okay.
red woman is a mentality. Because I know someone who's as dark as Gabe, and I'm like, girl, you're a red woman.
Okay, so why are you trying to understand why men fair wear?
We
women
don't
so
hate or fear. It's
much? Okay,
just
tell us.
she's so She is the honeydew
Oh no.
on my Cheerios, not the Cheerios.
So what I gather, right, as to why dudes dislike red women, right, is the same reason why anybody dislike anything. Because you talk to most dudes, they're like, red woman evil, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so you got an experience with red women? No, but you know what they say. So one couple of people with a hurt experience start talking about red women. The next thing you know, red woman is the devil. I've actually heard, so actually for this past week, I heard 3 things about red women, which is like, one, most red women have a big forehead because that's where we start evil.
Yeah.
And another one, my friend was like, yo,
man, you know I got something to say.
apparently red women have like thick skin, like you, like, what would she say? Like, you could tell them whatever and they just could bounce off of them. I'm like, sometimes, but you know, I'm a little sensitive sometimes.
See, they ain't fully evil.
And apparently red women cool. They'll rip your heart out of your chest and eat it raw.
Yeah. They ain't fully
I've been
evil.
red woman and wrong.
Evil
and
woman can't grow hair. That is a simple fact I've learned. I was told evil woman can't grow hair. Is that true?
So you're trying to say they
I'm
just
evil now.
You have hair? What you mean?
I mean, I bought this, but that ain't the point.
Oh no.
No, you're good. We definitely. Most red women are quote unquote light skin hair on you.
Have what?
Trust me, I have some traumatizing experiences. No, don't die. So no.
The chocolate is poison.
But yeah, you say bad experiences. I have had bad experiences, and I try not to demonize all of them. But fam, they too fine to be doing the crimes they be doing.
I would pause right there. And I was telling someone, I was like, well, I ain't scared of no red woman. I think it's the whole proximity.
deal with them yet.
No, I've dealt with
No,
them. They
it's-
just like any other woman. It's just we pedalize them too much because their proximity to whiteness, bro.
Okay, so
Probably.
the thing is,
Probably.
right? That's
may
a
be
good
it.
theory. The reason I said that, right? Because if you think about it, right? Like the reason I didn't think I was red or light skin, because when I think of light skin, I think of like someone who like looked like Doja Cat or whatever. So when people talk about
But
light
you
skin,
almost look like Doja Cat.
so I'm so happy for the job that I have because I get sun. Even though I was told I still look like uncooked hash brown. But anyway,
Oh no.
I don't know. I think is when they talk about red women, they have like bad experiences. And it's also, I mean, that ties into like the quote unquote like pretty girl privilege. They could break your heart.
Colorism thing too.
Yeah.
And they could break your heart and all this blah, blah, blah. But what has killed me, right? As you have a lot of dudes, when they talk about red women, it's like, oh, I never really experienced this, but I hear or whatever, right? And if you think about it, in a way, because if you look at like athlete stuff, red women or light skinned women are fetishized in a way.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the colorism, the proximity to whiteness. Yeah.
And that's why I think like that's where it comes from because
Yeah.
colorism exists. Now, yes, there are some light skinned people or red women who think they're better than everybody else and they do all of the whatever, right? But I think you also have, like you said, pedestal because of their proximity to whiteness, but then also that's part of the issue because a lot of people I hear, especially dark women who don't know light skin or red women, it's like, well, when I was in school, this light skin girl, so you were traumatized,
Yeah.
and then now you want to put it on everybody else. It's just like when people say Virgos are evil because that's like what we do to y'all.
Bro, you ain't even got to date them, babe. You ain't even got to date them, babe. They'll do you dirty. No matter.
But here's the thing, because I'm someone
I
I
am
know.
traumatized.
I know somebody who cuts me for this. I don't buy deeply into that whole woo astrology thing because my thing
neither.
is I don't like when people attribute their personality traits to a sign. You may have some of it, but then like to you, I don't problem people into it. It's the people who use it as an excuse.
Yeah. You're just a crappy person.
Yeah.
Right, because I've
So,
even
yeah.
heard that to somebody. I said something, they was talking about Virgos this and Virgos that, and I'm like, well, I'm not like that. Oh, but maybe you're like Libra cusp, or maybe I just got other stuff going on. It's like,
Or maybe I'm just a human being healed and mature.
right, or if you say like, for instance, well, I'll never date a Virgo, I'll never date a Pisces, so you're gonna date someone because of their astrological sign because you had bad experience.
There's
like,
a meme on
I
that.
know this girl who was like, I hate Virgos. And she was like, oh, because, you know, baby daddy's Virgo and this other dude's Virgo. I was like, so you hate us because some nigga screwed you over? That ain't my fault.
And you let him screw you
I was
over?
just born
I
in
say this.
September.
Let me stop.
Right, we're all over the place now, but I have
Ja.
my word of the day.
That is the
Red woman is not afraid. I actually want to get, someone called me a red woman activist the other day and I want to put it on a t-shirt now. Red woman activist.
This is the only red
Two
woman that ain't trying to kill me yet.
cartoons
So
merch
I'd
on the
support
way.
that. I'd support that.
I ain't got no life insurance on you. What I try to kill you for?
Oh no. Community
Tell you it's catch up.
announcement.
I didn't do my
Wait,
word
before
of
we
the
get
day.
that,
You gave me
I
a
actually
phrase.
wanted to ask, how's the new year treating you all?
Hold on, so you have a word.
I do have a word. You just started.
You said you didn't. That's why I gave you one.
I said I don't have a phrase. Because remember, in words mean
All right,
things.
go
I
ahead.
do a word and a phrase, origin of a phrase.
All right.
And the origin of the phrase, red woman. I mean, well, okay. So, meliorism, the doctrine that the world tends to become better or maybe made better by human effort. And then my next word, I'm gonna hit y'all with two. Euphoric, a feeling of intense excitement and happiness.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I'm euphoric to be around you guys again.
I can live with that. I can accept that.
Why y'all like this? I promise. So next time I will have my phrase origin. I'll have two for y'all. Because I
Okay.
try to remember what phrases I already talked about.
No. Community announcement.
I still want to know how's the new year
Pump,
treating
pump,
everyone thus far.
pump,
though?
pump.
I mean, it's been
Everybody.
cool. Money coming. That's all I gotta say.
Guys, you're gonna see me. I can't say nothing now. No, I haven't signed any waivers, so I could, but I don't want to. But you're gonna be seeing me a lot, whether it
I
be
mean-
online, TV, commercials. I'm there, Sonny. Say it with your mouth. Say it with your chest.
See.
Oh, sure.
All right, community announcements. So you could catch us. Well, this episode will probably coming out before the next Geek Out. Yeah. I will be hosting.
So no one cares how my New Year's going.
Well,
I was
you
waiting on you.
Go ahead.
It's pretty much the same. Just my resolution is to live in the moment.
We didn't even get to the point yet.
No, I'm just saying for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm
Okay.
trying new experiences and I'm no longer holding on to toxic experiences. Like if it doesn't serve me in a healthy way, then I'm just gonna cut it off.
Amen. to
Ain't
that,
nothing
fam.
to cut that thing off.
Isn't that
Cut
BPL's
that-
motto?
Yeah.
I got that offline. Someone was like, BPL's was like, ain't nothing to cut.
I'm about to
Which is
cut his
true.
lights off. Flicks the switch. Hey.
But don't let you need them to come turn your lights back on. Good God.
Thought I'll take some time.
Oh no. So I will be hosting this Geek Out's cosplay competition, and I'll be doing many hostings of the cosplay competition.
Alongside.
Oh well, Gabe is hosting the fashion show. Give it up again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. It's
I'm so proud of
Desi.
you.
How you doing? How
So-
you doing?
You know, because I can't walk the runway and host at the same
Can't
time.
work it and host.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have that come up. Also, another community announcements for February. Me and PG are bringing back our world famous speed dating segment back to the Geek Out.
Oh,
Can
my
I host
cheese.
that? I want to host that. That sounds fun.
Well, you should.
I'm asking you. Can I host it? I want to host.
I mean, you could. That's it. They give me less talking time and things, and then I can actually participate.
No, I was about to say we need to make you speed date.
Any news on Homemade Heroes?
What?
Any news on Homemade Heroes?
Okay, so actually, next
We gotta
announcement.
solidify it.
So we actually we supposed to be shooting something with the Sailor Moon Scouts in the following week before Geek Out. And in the next Homemade Heroes skit, you will actually see Madam Archie and Lord Decimus.
So he says we're gonna see what happens.
Yes. I hope so. I hope this is not just a dream. I bought a pull-up bar for my door frame, and I've been pumping. I don't know if you notice, but your boy's been juicing.
I've just been
Not now, wait.
I've just been getting fat. So
Oh no.
Either way, I've been in the gym. I've been pumping the iron.
I had to
I
do
need
it.
this. I need this.
You have
I
what?
want this.
It's not fun. It's red.
I had to do it
You gotta do it.
up in the gym, working on my fitness.
Yeah.
Nobody. Okay.
Oh no, the honest truth, I don't work out to look good. I work out because I don't know
That's
who
from
my
a
future wife
song.
is. Huh? Oh,
That's
we sharing tomorrow. Oh, my bad, I almost shared.
Go ahead, share away.
Oh, I was gonna say I never worked out to look good. I worked out because I don't know who my future wife is, and I want to be able to lift her regardless.
I want to tell you something
no.
though, Mr.
Now tell me what's toxic about that.
Nothing.
Oh,
All
okay,
right,
thank God.
Mr. I mean, I understand with the muscle and all that, but I mean, like Fluffy Boy's in season always.
No, see, I can't believe that. Says I was lying to y'all. She don't mean them chubby ones. She mean the tall, buff ones.
Hey,
football
some girls,
players.
because I don't mind a fluffy dude.
No, you mean
Some-
a football
They
player.
say they like you the way you are,
Yeah.
but when y'all arguing, now you was a fat. You can't have nothing in this
Right.
house.
Stop Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to everybody because dudes do it too. But guess what?
Oh, yeah.
Stop dating toxic people.
I
bro.
cannot. They won't leave me alone.
What is it that they won't leave you alone? No, you know
I
what
think
the
they like my
problem is?
positivity, and they're
You know what
drawn
your
to me like
problem
moths
is?
to a
So
flame.
here it goes in, right? And a toxic trait pops up, and it's a red flag. And this dude is so romantic. He's like, "Oh my god, is that a rose? Is that a red rose?" No, sir, it's a red
Yeah,
flag.
hey, all the flags look like flags when you're wearing the red shades. That's all I gotta say. They just look like regular flags to me. But I know better now for this year.
No, I'm telling you, you see a red flag and be like, "Oh, it's a field of roses."
Or I say, you know,
it's a flag. It's a
Or
red
next
flag.
thing you know, I love you for who you are. I'm like, Gabe, this woman is gonna get you behind, killed. I know, but that gets me killed.
man.
But
Give
yeah.
it up for Aria.
I'm just saying that there are people that like fluffy boys, and it's not you. You have a lovely
No,
personality, and you ain't
I wouldn't
attractive.
say fluff. I say dad bod dudes.
No, there's
I
a
don't want
difference.
a dad bod either.
Fluffy and dad bod is a little different.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's adorable. He looks like a teddy bear.
Don't encourage me.
Maybe date chicks that are into that instead of dating chicks that ain't.
I gotta find him
No,
first.
but
See, here's the thing I realize with dating. When you least expect it, it finds you when you're not looking.
yeah.
That's
Because
why
I'm
I
not
look at-
going to lie. The dating pool,
we
it's a
always say
swamp.
that.
The options
it's
are
a swamp
the options
on
are
both sides.
Yeah. The options ain't. They ain't too good. But they
actually,
ain't
now
bad.
that y'all say that, I used to feel that way, but when I step out, I just be carefree. That's when the piranhas just be biting.
But that's what I said. If you don't, the
ain't
thing
looking.
is, I find if you're busy searching and looking for it, you're not gonna find it. It's
Yeah.
just when you just chill. You just know. You also have to know what, like your boundaries and your standards. And a lot of people have them, but if they meet somebody, sometimes because of loneliness, they'll be like, "I have standards, but I can make an exception." But and if you keep making exceptions, the person can keep doing it because you're making an exception.
Because you tolerate them.
Right. So
you gotta find out.
Because I'm so sick of hearing on both sides. Oh, well, women don't do this and niggas don't do that. And all I love to and
I really
Ooh, I
tired
have
of
a
that
topic.
comment.
and
wanna-
what
I have
I
a topic
love
for
to
you I
say
wanna
to
talk to you
them
about.
is date people that like you. A lot of
Yeah.
people are not dating people that
'Cause
like,
they like
them.
them,
They're
yeah.
dating them
Because they're
because
Instagram.
convenient.
convenient.
I actually was about
convenient.
that.
Also, like what you think is like what society has told you is a quote unquote a good man or a good
Our
woman.
body or whatever the
Well, no, because even when we talk about like when you do say the wifey type, some say the hubby type, that's different for everybody. But society's pushing your head. If a dude is a good provider, he's a good man. If a woman cooks and cleans and she's a good woman, she cooking and cleaning, but she probably
There are more
she's a bitch.
things to attributes to
But
look
see,
at
that's
than just
we
that.
have to change the way we look at it. And so it's like just find someone that likes you.
So you'll find your partner when you're big chilling.
So, I said, oh yeah, my other community announcements. I think that's about it for right now.
What are y'all watching?
Oh, so I just started watching. I was telling RJ, started watching Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, on season 3.
I told him don't do it to himself, but the thing is, at least you won't be disappointed like the rest of us because you already know it's going. But season 5, that was a slog. Like it was boring.
You said not to watch it because after a while they ran out of material for the books.
Yeah, that's what
Once
everybody
they
says.
ran out of, is my lipstick smeared out? Once they ran out,
Out of from the source material.
they just kind of started doing their own thing. And the last season, what happened with the last 2, they got a deal to do something with Star Wars. And they wanted to hurry it up so they could do Star Wars. And then the Star Wars deal fell through. They also wanted to make a show on HBO about if like the South had won and slavery still existed, and the black folk were like, yeah, 1, we don't really want nothing. We don't want to hear nothing from y'all anyway because y'all screwed up with Game of Thrones. 2, no.
That'll be somewhat of an alternate timeline. But what if slavery never happened? What would the world be like? Well,
That's another
transatlantic
I was
slavery.
about to say because slavery has
is on-
existed
yeah.
for a
The
very long time.
sub-Saharan and the transatlantic slave trade. What if that never happened? What if we was all? What if the original people was still here? What if we all was back on the continent? Or,
In order for that to work, white people would have had to not exist.
no, they wouldn't exist. They just stay up in Europe.
See,
I don't think they will.
okay.
No.
I
So
don't
see,
think they
the
would
thing
stay.
is, right? As with any country, right? People want to explore
their
and
territory.
they want to expand because even like we in outer space, people want to explore. So that was gonna happen anyway. Because I mean, and the thing is, if you think about it,
But exploration has always happened, but there wasn't people didn't have this plundering.
The means. to
well,
do
it
so.
really started with Christopher Columbus being like, the world is round, it is not flat, and he set out to prove that. But the thing is, right? because they revere him as his hero. And I'm like, he was just basically a dude that like with no GPS, because he got here and he was going to India in Asia, and then he went to America, thought the same thing, and he never actually got to Asia. That's why you call him like, they call them Native American Indians or whatever.
West Indies.
Or West Indians, yeah.
Wow, this is powerful. So, yeah, that's about it. I just recently binge watched Dexter's Laboratory, which is hilarious.
It's a cute. I love that show.
Dad's trophy.
Dad's. Oh yeah.
Flew right over my head. That one was so direct. I don't know how that flew over my head. But
If the thing is, a lot of kids shows, right? They have like weird, like swim adult messaging, and I don't know if it's just because the writers are being weird. But I think part of the reason for that, because if you think about most cartoons, most people are like watch stuff with their kids, so it's like for the adults to get it.
No, just like when the girl was like, Dexter, don't touch that, and then she started rubbing him. You want me to rub you like this? And he started sweating, and he was like, he started sweating. He's like, excuse me for 1 minute. Then you just got him to the bathroom and flushed. He's like, oh yes. like something, or like, you know how I remember, I now understand why certain parents would be like, oh, you're as a kid, you're not watching this. Like, you being like, you're so stupid, and don't forget, you're so stupid. Or, you know, it's all kind of little hints. Or how his mom and dad met, they never kiss on the lips. She would put her hand over his mouth and kiss her glove. And I was like,
so that's speaking of kids shows, right? I'm about to put some people off.
Go on ahead.
So I keep seeing lately this whole thing about, why do they have to put every single Netflix show ever made or every ever show made? All you see is gay this, gay that, which is y'all exaggerating because that's not true.
it was a little bit more subtle early on.
Yeah, but it's, my thing is, people's like, y'all trying to normalize it. That's the point. It's trying to show you that gay people exist in everyday life. Because some shows, I got problems with some shows and the way they handle it, but that's whatever, right? Some shows, it literally is, there's just this, their storyline is not them being gay. It's just, there is this person who is gay. We move past it. Yeah. But.
Or they just make gayness their personality.
They don't always focus on it either. I only have one example, and I said it before, Dawson's Creek, but that, to me, that's well-written gay characters. You don't think so? I think it's
was well-written. The way they handled it was kind of weird, but I also understand it was like the early 2000s. Although my issue with Dawson's Creek is the same issue I have with every other teen show, because it's like, I didn't realize it when I was like 15. But what, like, seriously, you want us to believe these kids are high school students, bruh? This dude looked like Dawson at the time. I think he was 28, but like, you're like, oh, he's 15.
Pause.
Sir, why all y'all look like y'all like that chicken never been kissed when you like an adult that goes undercover amongst high schoolers? Are you an undercover cop, boo? Because I don't believe you.
That's not what you mean.
That's almost like my problem with 2010's Power Rangers. It was like these grown looking people, and y'all putting them in high school having these kitty. Oh my goodness. Oh, you have love for me? I'm like, bro, y'all in your mid-20s. Like,
a job is a job.
Work.
Yeah. Hey, don't get mad at them. They chasing the bag.
No, but that's why most of the Power Ranger series from 2000, like after Samurai, up to now sucked. Because it was
I could agree on that.
When you're trying to put adults in high school and they look like adults, it don't work.
I mean, they still do that with some shows because I heard people like talk about it. But certain shows, I understand why. The people talk about, oh, you know, they don't want kids on set because of the labor laws, right?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, because Disney and Nickelodeon have that, they don't care. Part of it is if you watch, like, for instance, I don't really watch this show, but I've watched clips like Euphoria. These supposed to be high school students.
Oh, I love Euphoria.
For the clips that I've seen, like I said, I watched the clips, they were cool, but not enough for me to actually go watch the whole season.
No, but with Euphoria, they at least closer to the ages that they're trying to portray.
They are, but my thing is, like, for a show like Euphoria, right, or Skins, or, well, actually, I think the kids...
Skins came from...
I think the kids were actually teenagers in Skins.
Okay.
But, like, I tried to think of some other risky shows, like Euphoria, or... I can't think of a show
like
right
Wednesday was cool, too.
Right. But like I said, for, like, a show like Euphoria, or shows that tackle that kind of subject matter, like... because they had like sex scenes in there. You're gonna use you can't use a 15 and 16-year-old.
Yeah.
But at least, like you said, at least the cast of Euphoria actually looks like they could be high school students.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these shows.
Yeah.
You can see 5 o'clock shadow.
Like, and I'm not saying that teenagers don't have like.
Big. I mean, some do. But it's like.
Whoa.
It's like, bro.
I think talent was limited back then, eh?
No,
So-
we're talking about some shows today.
Oh, today they still. Oh, yeah,
Like
they
I
have some
said,
good
if you want to put them in like adult situations or show certain things, I understand why it makes sense.
you don't feel
Because
as
I
if,
feel like a lot of like shows 2010s and plus, they are teenagers, so they look like teenagers. And it's like kind of weird because you're like, I don't want to see teenagers doing this, but then like the Europeans don't care. I would prefer my teenagers to look like teenagers because it's like when I was growing up, you see it. I was like, oh, all American teenagers just look grown.
Yeah.
And then I met American teenagers like, why all of them look like the kids on Dawson's
No, but some of
Creek?
them did look cool.
Some of them do,
Yeah.
but like most of them just look like regular teenagers. And then you like watch TV shows and they're like, this child is 15, ma'am. That is a woman. I didn't know y'all only doing that so y'all could put in a mini skirt and a crop top.
yeah.
So
No,
what are you
but-
watching? Sorry.
No, you good. No, I was gonna ask. So, would you? Because it's like, I just speak on American teenagers because I feel like we looked younger for our ages, but they look grown because
They do. Someone was telling me that, like, how, you know, like, when he came over here looking like Caribbean teenagers, he was like, I got to find you. He's like, because one's in the States. Some of them look old, but also some of them still look like teenagers.
I guess.
And then I guess it's different because I be watching these girls, right? And I'm like, bruh, y'all know how to do, like, a full face of makeup. And it was like chapstick. Which is from watching YouTube and stuff. And then, like you said, everybody wants to be like, you know, Instagram baddie or whatever.
Yeah, because you see some 12-year-olds looking like 18-year-olds. Like,
And then if you don't monitor your kids' like, you know, social media accounts or whatever.
I don't even think kids should have social media.
I don't have it, but I hear TikTok is always
TikTok be
but
wildin', bro.
Yeah, TikTok.
Lately, they've been wildin'.
I say it's going TikTok, and I be like, this gal, and then I say, hold on, let me open the page. You just come out of high school, come from it.
You know what I hate with TikTok now? They snitch on you when you on someone page. Y'all ain't know that they say, think I'm looking at your
don't
page.
use-
I just be like,
I don't use.
if you're on someone else's page,
I watch the compilations on YouTube because it seems like it's just a bunch of like dancing, and it's killed me when they're like, oh, this person is like a TikTok star because they dance well. I'm like, but the TikTok dances are very basic.
Yeah, and
And
they
the ones
be
who
remaking.
yeah.
And then the ones who get big on the algorithm, let's call a spade a spade. And I ain't calling no names.
Basically because they white.
Are they talented or are they just
That's
light
the thing,
skinned?
because like for instance, like you have like the D'Amelio sisters, right? Let's call a spade a spade. If Charlie wasn't a conventionally attractive white girl, like she would not have blown up. And not only that, she blew up off of like saying that she invented the Renegade when it was invented by a black creator. But anyway,
Yeah. I was like, yes, I just catch them.
and her sister just looked like maybe her parents forced her to do it because she just always looked like she don't want to be there. Like I just don't want to do any of this.
I mean, they doing it because they're making their money.
Right. Well, she said the only reason they're very close in age, she got on TikTok is because when Charlie was first on it, it was like, this is, because it was Musically, remember? This is dumb, it's lame or whatever. She really only started doing it because Charlie blew up and they always in competition with each other. And I think Charlie, I don't know, a couple of their show passed my whatever, and she was telling you riding on my coattails. And I think for her, it was like, I always in your shadows. The one thing that was mine, and here you come. I don't know, guys. So, Gabe, what are you watching?
I think it was, what am I watching? I just started with Vinland Saga, but I also finished Promised Neverland. Now, I know the anime, the manga is actually better, but I don't believe in reading. Well, I do believe in reading.
Isn't
I don't
that the
want to
one
read the
where
manga.
I can't provide spoilers. I just remember that.
Oh, yeah. But yes, they eat children there.
Promise Neverland eats children.
No, but that's without spoiling too much.
Right,
Let's just
I
say
know
they
that
eat
part.
children
'Cause I
in
was
the
like,
anime.
oh, this look. I was like in the mood for a happy little anime. It's like this look cute and
That
happy.
is
And then
not
I read
happy.
the synopsis and I'm like, nope,
That's dark.
I be out.
I finished Promised Neverland. It's a good watch. I looked at the manga a little bit. Yeah, it is rushed, but it's a good watch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm on Vinland Saga. I'm gonna be realist. I want to say it's not that interesting because I've been lagging behind on it, but that's probably just my poor scheduling. But yeah, the Vinland Saga is pretty decent, and still on Castlevania. It's still a masterpiece.
Castlevania came out
I'm
with a new
still
season.
stuck on.
No, they ain't up with a new season yet, but
Oh, you
I
talking about-
rewatch it for fun.
Oh, okay,
It's,
yeah.
it doesn't get old to me. I love it. I love it.
I think I watched one episode to get back to it. for what I'm watching.
Join the light side.
I finally got around to like now I'm finishing Cowboy Bebop. Finally. What else? Still in the middle of still in the middle of Demon Slayer. I've been killing the documentaries, so I just watched Madoff, about Bernie Madoff on Netflix.
Oh, not Madoff. I watched the Murdoch documentary about.
Which one? They got 1,000 of them.
No, the recent one where they sort of go into his farm and how he owns like all the press in the world and stuff like that.
I don't know which one that is. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I can send you the.
That's not. That's too much knowledge for this video.
Yeah, no. So I just finished watching that, and like I like it because it not only breaks down him, it breaks down how we got to the like economic crisis in the early 2000s and basically greed and all that other stuff. So it was cool. Am I watching anything else? I'm trying to think. I've been rolling through the true crime stories on YouTube. So it's really just that. And Fundy Fridays videos. It's something else, but I can't remember what it is I've been watching. Maybe it was a book. Have any of you been reading anything?
Does D&D stuff count? Dungeons and Dragons stuff count? No? Okay, then yes, I have been reading. I'm happy.
I started reading is it pronounced Circe? Whatever. It's a book about the goddess who was in Homer, and someone wrote a whole book about it. I don't know where I put it in my house again. So I'm reading the Greek Heroes book narrated by Percy Jackson. Don't ask. And
I think isn't they supposed to come up with a new series or movie for Percy Jackson? And
supposedly,
yeah,
there are a lot of books. But didn't they finish all the
taking
books?
a little long
because that dude has moved on to like a whole different series and all.
Yeah,
I think the books may be finished.
That's what I'm saying. No, the movies. Didn't the movies use?
They
all
only
the
made like
sorcery?
one or two movies.
I remember one. So you're right. I could be wrong.
They were supposed to make a TV show or something like that.
Yeah, Netflix actually I think supposed to make a Greek mythology TV show, and people are like they're so excited, and I'm like, y'all excited? Y'all clearly have never read Greek mythology because a lot of people seem to think like from Hercules, Disney's Hercules, Zeus is this lovely, warm father figure type person.
Oh no, bro.
No.
Zeus was a hoe.
That nigga juice anything that walks.
He used to do weird things
Crazy.
like visit women. Like there's the one I was reading. I forgot her. I just finished reading it. What is her name? Danae. She's the daughter of Minos, and Zeus she's locked up. So Zeus visit her as a bird. He's doing stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's so lovely. Have you read Greek
A few
mythology?
moments later,
I don't even know people have this preconceived notion of Zeus is.
a good person.
A lot of a lot.
Especially if you watch
Most of them know
if you
Greeks.
played
God of War?
God of yeah.
Oh yeah, we know.
But see, most of them, they're like most people who I hear this from have only like watched like Disney's Hercules or what. Because then it's like I watched Hercules. I'm like, you clearly mean the Disney show. Because if you had watched the Hercules that was on in the 90s with Kevin Sorbo.
Ooh, movies. You guys watch Avatar: Way of the Water yet?
No.
I'm supposed to take my nephews to see it.
I'm
didn't
the
agree.
only one.
How was it? You can spoil. I don't care. But
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was good. You can't really take an opinion from me because I actually haven't watched the first movie, but I
no.
did enjoy the second one.
I was saying to myself, I
Don't
need
you
to
need to watch
rewatch
the first movie
one.
for the second one to make sense, though?
I don't. Everything made sense to me once you sit down and analyze and put two and two together. But yeah, I feel as if they made it, since it took so long, they made it in a way as if maybe you could not watch the first one and still appreciate it. But
Okay.
if you watch the first one, I do know for a fact there's some Easter eggs that you will appreciate and love.
Oh, that reminds me of what we watched. I've been watching the movies that made us, which they kind of go behind the scenes and they go behind Terminator because I completely forgot that James Cameron was involved with that and
Yep.
Alien
Yep.
and Die Hard, which I've never seen Die Hard, but I need to watch it.
Oh, me neither.
Movie
ain't just
night.
you.
You know
That's
what
the
I
next movie
also
night
wanted to
idea.
do movie night on because I feel like I'm only going to be able to get through this movie. I watch it with people. Megan. Because I watched the trailer and I'm like, it's a parody, right? Like they make it and then it's like, oh no, this is like real. This is serious.
Yeah. Megan is not Stewie.
Is it that weird robot
Chucky?
girl thing?
Chucky's sister.
No, she isn't. You actually know. So I remember when Megan came out. I
Chucky,
have no
but with
idea
technology.
why on Twitter. Maybe the people behind Chucky's account like called her out and said something, and people behind Megan's account was like, "You don't want to smoke." I'm like, "I'm sorry, a fake animatronic evil toys battling on Twitter now.
beefing.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this?
I could just picture a random Chucky doll somewhere saying, "What did she say? I've been in this game running this too long for you to come in my house and
Yeah,
disrespect
I think
me.
basically
Hell no." And
it
on
was
Twitter.
like this B ain't on my level or something, and then Megan was like, "You don't want to smoke." I thought it was a parody because when they busted out into the dance scene, I'm like, this can't be serious.
Chucky
Right?
ain't want none for real, and she got like
So
some
Megan
voice
ain't
thing
a
on.
doll or
Huh?
what is Megan?
Okay, so Megan, I'm not spoiling because it's literally in the synopsis.
I want to say she's just Chucky with an iPhone implanted
Megan
into
is
her.
supposedly this lady, her niece moves in with her after her mom's died, and she makes Megan to be a companion because she's lonely and she's going through some things. And from what I gather, I guess Megan loses her mind. But I didn't know they actually. There's a little girl behind it. I thought she was just a voice, but there are actually some scenes where they have her dressed in the costume,
Okay.
and they just like kind of like put the robot face on it because I guess like I guess when she's doing that weird dance, very weird dance. Although I will say the trailer was fire simply because they had Bella. How do you pronounce her name? Porsche. Yeah, I think it's Porsche. They had a song in that, which is a banger. So
I think I remember one of the scenes. I guess they were having a conversation, with certain parents. You can't talk back, otherwise disrespectful. The doll was defending the little girl, and the mother cut the doll off. And the doll cut itself back on and
Auntie.
said, we were having
Auntie.
a conversation,
Oh,
Auntie.
no.
The auntie cut her off, and then the doll cut itself back
Did
on.
you
We were
watch
having
it?
a conversation, and I'm like, oh no, that was just in the trailer. That's just what they showed the trailer, and that was.
She thought she could
I think it was justice, but it's a little scary when you
I
think about it.
think she thought she could turn off because she actually created the Megan doll for her niece, and it's supposed to be some sort of commentary
Companion,
on.
maybe.
No, the movie, because the way they were talking about it's like a commentary on how dependent we are on technology, and I guess how parents just kind of like instead of parenting, leave their
They
kids
just
to
say something
technology
and think
it's
that we're the
dangerous and
stone.
blah 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 blah, all of that.
Makes sense.
But from what I've heard, it's unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
So my friend, I saw someone, she's like, bruh, if you want to go watch this, you have to go with somebody because it makes it more fun because it's a terrible movie.
Oh no.
It's good
People
commentary.
were talking about it. They had to walk out of the theater because they were laughing so hard. They didn't want to disturb people. And I'm like, maybe I want to say that the creators knew what they were doing and didn't take themselves seriously.
Oh,
but
no.
I saw a behind the scenes thing and they seem to be taking it really seriously.
I actually want to watch that for movie night now.
Let's go see Megan because that's the only way I can make it through.
Okay.
You watched it?
Yeah. It is unintentionally hilarious.
All right, so
That's the end.
moving on.
I mean, does anyone else have any other big things coming up? Big things. Stop it.
I mean, we
I
gotta
want
see
to announce
everything.
now, but I do have a play in March. Vicious Circle. You should go see it. Your boy is in it. Show up to support. That's the first play that we got for the year. May do maybe one more. The goal was to do 3, and I'm actually on my second one. So we're almost done.
Yay for you.
No, don't worry. We're moving to the film screen. You're gonna see. We've been in the theater world, training, grinding, getting better, holding our craft.
Jesus. Are you done?
Let me have my life. Holding our craft in the forge. We've been hitting our talent with the hammer.
You do realize that theater and film acting are completely different.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they are. I'm learning both, and that's why I say you're gonna see me a lot more on film
Yay!
nowadays.
Well, I'm
you-
actually gonna take mine seriously, and maybe do some other. I've done theater, some non-theater type projects. So I'm gonna try something different. Also, getting back into my embroidery. Just started an embroidery journal to
that's cool.
So yeah, I'm getting back in. I want to getting into my hobbies. That's my new thing.
So new year, new me. The most
I
cliche.
feel like we already covered that for sure.
No, we ain't really covered.
That
I
phrase,
still want to know why you sitting over there looking like a ninja Unabomber.
Listen, I am a ninja.
bro.
Unabomber. Them shades.
Nah.
Like
That
a fashionable
phrase.
Unabomber. Not like the one who he's the kind of Unabomber that, listen, I sleep on Egyptian silk cotton.
Not with them
And-
shades though.
The shades are bougie.
I don't
They
think
give
they are.
they give very, very rich auntie house vibes, wife vibes.
I am a rich uncle.
You're a rich uncle? Alright,
Yeah.
boo. You shy
Well, that phrase, "New Year, new me." It's not controversial, but I think it should be because everyone
no.
is say that, and they the same ninja for the year.
All right,
And it
since we're
upset me.
starting off with New Year, New Me, right? Which I love that people try. Do you guys
or
just
give off the illusion that they're trying.
okay? Somebody hurt you. So, Mr. Unabomber over there, do you have any New Year's resolutions or
No,
new?
I
new-
make resolutions every day. It's never a new year.
I
wanna
didn't ask
change-
you all. I asked you if you had any New Year's resolutions.
I just said no.
Okay, that extra bit wasn't needed. I just like messing with you.
So I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in everyday resolutions.
Okay.
If I need to change something, I'm gonna do it now. I ain't gonna wait. I understand, and I said this on when Mother's Sick. I understand the need for people to have symbolically something to
Start
attach
the
their change to, but in my mind, I'm like, nah, I just need to make a shift right now. And obviously, yeah, you use maybe an age change or a year calendar date change to say I'm gonna do something different. But it's like, babe, you ain't promised the not a minute, second, or hour from where you are presently, but it's like, let me just do it right now.
Agree. I think New Year's resolutions are more like, you're like, all right, if for people like it's a new year, I want to turn a new leaf, I'm gonna whatever. So are there things you want to do this year then? Like you're like, for this year, I'm gonna accomplish this, or I'm gonna do this, or blah 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 blah.
I mean, I think I have things. I'm going to definitely travel more because last year I made a goal to not travel so I could save up money and get back somewhere financially stable. But, you know, like I say, these are plans that I always make to be like, okay, I have a number of things I want to do for in a certain amount of time. I have certain goals. A lot of times the goals might shift. Usually I plan out 6 months to a year and then be like, all right, let me chart out the dates and things like that. And then we go from there. But I don't really, as far as like personal things, I'd be like, babe, let me change this. Let me do that. Okay, I want this outcome. I want that outcome. Sometimes, I was just telling a friend, a lot of people tripping up because they turn around my age range right now. They tripping up because they turn 30. But
I'm gonna be the 21.
Little boy,
Still got the zest.
so, but I tell them, I was like, wait, I literally was planning from 30 when I turned 25. Because I was like, I know plenty of people get depressed when they hit that age. But it's like, I just know I had to put on all this hard work. So by the time I get this age, I on chill mode. I enjoying life.
He's being
Well,
chilling.
I think the reason why, at least why a lot of people are feel a type of way when they turn 30. They feel like they're old or whatever. My whole life's passed by. Also, a lot of times, a lot of the plans, like you said, the planning, a lot of people's like, well, when I'm 30, I'm going to be this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And when they're not that, then they're depressed. And the thing is, plans are all good, but you also have to plan for life.
Yeah.
Because you may plan for something or plan by this age, I want to do so, but life happens.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's also this really weird idea we have of like, oh, if you're 30, you're old and you're like done or whatever, right? There are 50-year-olds that start over. So you can start over at any age. You don't have to, and the timeline that's pushed on us is because society, like we tell women, by the time you're 30, you should be married, you should have kids. We tell anybody, by the time you're 30, you should like be married, have a family, have this. And so when people feel like their issues is not personal stuff, is I don't fit into what I'm supposed to be at this age, they get depressed and then they feel like they haven't achieved anything. And it's like, listen, it's okay, because I want to let y'all know a lot of them people that got married in their early 20s, by 30 they're divorced or 25. And a lot of people, we just talked about this, a lot of people married people didn't really like just to have somebody.
But also too, if you want said things, you should put in that work. That's why I say I don't do the New Year's resolution.
But
thing.
it's not always about like certain things. Like I said, it's not always about putting in work. Like say for instance,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that because let me tell you why, right? Let's say I wanted to be married by 30. Well, was I being intentional on trying to find a good mate between 20 and 30? Did I do the self-healing that I need to do? Was I putting together my career to be like, okay, I don't have to get this, but I can be financially stable? If that's no.
but even the thing is,
know?
there are people that are doing all of that and still by 30 even accomplish certain goals.
Yeah,
My point is, and because I had an aunt tell me that because I felt the same way. She's like, bro, I went to law school when I was like in my 60s. There's nothing wrong with you not being where you thought you were going to be at a particular age or at 30. Even if you have put in the work. Because I know people who put in the same work and they either still single or they haven't gotten whatever, right?
Yeah.
Do not let society tell you you are less than or whatever else because you haven't reached this supposed milestone or mark you're supposed to reach. Now, personal stuff is different, but like I said, life happens. So
Of course.
you might put in, like you say, I want to be married with kids by 30. And you might be out here intentionally dating. And not only that, if you intentionally dating, because I know women who are like in their 20s talking about marriage, I'm like, bro,
You got
no
time.
offense, you might have to find someone older because you telling the 20-year-old about marriage and kids.
Exactly. See, that's a good example.
And
That
I can be real.
Not
not
only
everyone
some
is-
of these older dudes also don't want marriage
Not
and kids.
everyone
That's
is
what I'm
one
saying.
head.
I'm saying
Right.
if you have to make logical decisions along the way to get the outcomes that you want.
Right, but think about
So,
it.
you
In
know.
your early 20s, right? And this is what I was telling somebody. Your early 20s or your 20s period are the time when you still figuring out who you are. Although some people still figuring out who they are in their 30s.
You always gonna be figuring
right,
yourself
what I'm saying
out,
is,
so,
as
like,
it comes
constantly changing.
as
Yeah.
it comes to dating, most people just start dating in their 20s. So you haven't really. That's why when my friend was like, "Oh, I want to get married," I was like, "But you okay?" And I'm not saying because you're young, you haven't really figured out what are my boundaries? What do I want? What am I going to tolerate? That's why you find not everybody. A lot of people who got married in their early 30s, early 20s, they're getting divorced now because it was some people grow together and some people grow apart.
But then that comes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, if you're gonna get married, hey, you do the self-development, and that includes going to therapy.
A lot of people don't do that either.
A lot of people have a lot of childhood trauma bottled up, and they don't realize it until you don't hurt people and do all these bad situations along the way. So you haven't done the self-development part. You haven't honed in and say, hold on, let me see exactly what I want. Let me not pick a career because of money, but what I'm passionate about. And let me get in the space to where I'm confident doing this. I don't care about outside influence, and I'm not comparing my life constantly to other people doing the same thing or somebody doing something different.
Well,
So,
that
you know.
also takes growth, and some of that growth comes with experience and age. Although, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I say date older, but some people in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah, so that's why I don't really age thing. I think it's just a growth thing.
But the thing
The
is,
way-
I feel I'm one of the people that feel like everybody needs therapy of some sort because life is trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And trauma doesn't have to be like, even if we talk about childhood trauma,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like some deep, crazy thing. It could just be like little things along the way
Yeah.
that like maybe you broke your leg or something when you was 12 or you almost drowned or something like that.
Yeah. Or you have this fear of failure.
A lot of because and like I said, it goes back to society tells us. I went through that when when I hit 30 and it's like, well, all my friends this and I'm not where blah blah blah. My mommy was like, and because then the thing is, you start to look at your life and being happy with it.
Yeah.
Even if you are working towards those goals, because you could be working towards your goals and then you see, like I said, life happens, or you see other people get there faster and then you feel a type of way, and it's like it is not a race. Nobody really knows what they're doing. It's like
I want to add on to it. I feel it is a race, but I feel everyone is running a different
own
race.
race, yeah.
And should you focus on the goal ahead of you, everyone's looking at the competition on the side.
Right.
How are they going to run this race? Someone running it on their foot. Some people running it on their hand. Someone in a boat
Yeah.
on the track.
Focus.
Everyone doing something completely different. And when you compare yourself to these people doing different things, you like, I probably ain't running this race right. You look at the guy on the boat. He's on the boat. Why am I running with my feet? Everyone doing something different.
yeah, and see, you have to look at, like I said, we as society, because especially if you're a woman, like I'm past 30. And I've had people say to me, so you have any kids? No, I don't. Well, what you waiting on? You to hurry up before your eggs dry up. Why are you in? Get out of my womb,
yeah,
first of
yeah.
all. First and foremost. But it goes to the idea, although raising kids is a lot. So if you over a certain age, it could be a lot. They're a lot, period.
Especially
But
if you're-
you may not have the
care.
same kind of patience or whatever, right? But my thing is, like you said, everybody's race.
Running a different
It's
race. And
different.
they just comparing to each
And
other.
I think part of the compare, it's like for me, when I was going through like that comparing part, because like at the time I wasn't working, it was all this other stuff. I find like I had to get off of social media because
Comparison
and
is the thief of
my mom
joy.
was like, listen, everybody on social media only showing you the good parts.
The highlight reel.
Right. So you looking at all these people doing all these things and you start to feel
Like
a
you
type of
behind.
way. But like for me, I knew a friend who was going through a lot in her marriage, right? And she called me every day to dump her problems on me, right? But then I'd go on social media and she'd be on Facebook. Oh my God, my
New hubby,
amazing
who's
husband.
this?
And I'm like, you just finished talking to me 10 minutes about how this dude
Just
getting on
punch,
your
you just tell me this guy is punch you.
or whatever, and that's my point. Like my mom said, my mommy's like, listen, you see that? You know that's not true, but people want to create this illusion so that you can start to compare yourself. I think social media makes it even easier to compare yourself to other people.
That's actually what I got during my first week of this year. No Wi-Fi, no social media. It heals. It actually really and truthfully does heal. You clear your mind. You ain't comparing it to Charlie, who now has 2 wife and kids, though we've only been out of school, half a year? No, you're not comparing yourself to him. Why? You're not constantly on Facebook. You're not constantly on Instagram. Social media is just, it's a front. All of it is a front. Every post is a front. We're just lying to each other.
I mean, not everybody's post, but my thing is,
not everyone lying. Some people just live life.
Exactly.
So,
that's it.
you know.
I spend a lot of time like on Facebook. I'm just here for the memes and jokes. And then sometimes, like, my friend was like, "Babe, why you be arguing with people?" I was like, "Cause let's be bored, right?" But what happens? No, I told him that I like to debate.
I enjoy
What
the
happens
debate.
is, right? I'm over here cackling, having a great debate, and then here comes this person who's like really upset, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore because I'm bored now. This is not fun." But also, I've learned just scroll past certain people's posts or certain things I'll see, and I'll go to type something. I'll be like, you know what? I need to say it. Let me just leave this. And like someone put me on Reddit, and I like Reddit because like I get it's a little bit more accurate. I get to get my like hobbies and the things I'm into. You get them for, and then YouTube. But YouTube is the same way. If you follow, like I've seen people be so far up these like creators, you know, like all up in their life, and it's like what they're showing you. It's curated, especially lifestyle blogs. The commentary obviously is edited, but like these lifestyle or family channels, which I got issue with, but that's a different story. They're showing you the curated part of their lives.
The happy parts, not the struggles, unless it's a drama. No, it's not a drama, but they don't show you the struggles.
Some of them use the struggles as part of their whatever, right?
To obtain views, me and wifey just broke up. In the like, they'll have that as the name of the video.
I know every single YouTuber is like this breakup video.
See, this is the third time y'all break up for the year, but you gotta stop the muggle.
This is the third girl you've been in a relationship with in the past 5 months. Stop.
Stop the muggle.
What? I can't see what your face looks like because you have these Unabomber shades.
Why you want to see my face?
To see your expression.
I just like listen to the
Yes. So, see, your job is to keep us on topic, and you just let us run.
No, because it's like it is very a constructive conversation. But what would be some new goals that you'll have for this year?
So yeah, what are your
For
quote unquote
this
New
year,
Year's resolutions?
I think ladies first.
You're prettier than I am, so go ahead.
no.
Just so you don't have any. All right, I will go first.
I must accept. Oh yeah, you first. You first.
Because what Gabe is saying is he either doesn't have any or he can't.
No,
think
I
of
need
any.
time to think. That's why I gave it to you.
I know. You gotta.
gotta
Okay, so for me, we talked about this already. I think it's just like I'm a heavy procrastinator and I'm not good with consistency. So it's just to work on being more consistent and putting my mind to things and focusing. Because I have a habit of like I want to do like a lot of things. And it's like, then you don't do anything. So like maybe just focusing, like I said, my hobbies, focusing on 2 or focusing on this. Also, you know, trying to lose some weight to get the summer body right. But
I am a fitness, not expert, but I'm quite versed in the ways of the fitness.
okay.
Behold. Oh my God. Let me. This ain't that kind of show.
This is a whole different kind of show now. No. Remember, your mother.
Just go. You go flex in front of that camera.
Oh wait. Remember, your mother watches this show.
She live with me. She know what I be working on in the forge. No. I am an iron warrior that has seen several thousand years. I's a warrior.
You're like a cuddly teddy bear. Get over it. It's okay.
I can't have nothing in this house.
Listen, Fluffy Boys in season. I don't know. I told you that already.
Okay, for this year, I do want to stop saying I'm gonna try to, and I want to get on to doing. We're gonna be streaming this year. That is a given. That is a must. But all in all, just go forward, try your best, chase happiness above all else.
I wouldn't say chase happiness, but
Chase happiness, be happy. My mother keeps telling me happiness is a choice. I believe that to some degree. Because sometimes I can be real. Life will happen. There's some things you just can't say, well, guess I'll just be happy, because then you look a little like a psychopath. But go on with it. Try your best. Be happy and Be the best you could be, and don't let no one tell you otherwise, unless you are completely wrong. In another case, let them tell you otherwise.
What is wrong with you?
I'm being honest, because some of them say they'll be completely evil. Ain't no one can tell me nothing. Well, someone need to tell you something, because you ain't listening.
No. But I've encountered people like that, and you have people who are like, I'm always right, I'm never wrong. In that sense, I know I don't like to throw
The minute I hear that
don't like
sentence.
to throw around narcissistic, because there are people who are like that aren't necessarily narcissistic or have
Why
narcissistic
y'all always
personality.
throw, how y'all know these people narcissistic?
The minute
No,
I hear
that's
that
I'm not
phrase,
saying
bro.
me. I'm saying that. Okay. So before I get back into my resolutions, I'm gonna hit that point and that point. So the thing is with narcissism, there's a difference between someone being narcissistic and someone having narcissistic personality disorder. One is sometimes narcissism can be caused by trauma, and one is like a mental illness. But here's the thing, and you find that a lot with social media. Again, they get a word, a buzzword, or whether it be narcissistic, toxic, what else? Narcissistic, toxic, pick me, simp, all these words we use. What happens is when these words come out, they have a clear and defined meaning, and people use it for their defined meaning. And then as time goes on, people just use it willy-nilly. Because
every girl have a narcissistic ex.
I never. The minute I had narcissistic, I said, okay, you were the problem.
No, but
You were the problem.
But here's the thing, right? With people talking about, because I have a friend that used it, but when she said that, she really means it. But a lot of people, like for instance, if someone's just
into themselves and selfish.
Oh, you're a narcissist. No, just selfish.
No, selfish?
Because people think of narcissism as selfish, but it's not always the case. Because a lot of people are narcissistic in themselves. And like I said, there's a difference between narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder. I don't know the full difference. There is a difference. It's not, that's above my pay grade. So I'm not going to get deep into an explanation because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Makes sense.
But we throw it around, even the word, even abusive or manipulative, emotion. It gets, now those words get thrown around so much that people label it everything. Like, for instance, pick me.
Is it like the Bahamian phrase, you like money? No?
Yeah, that gets thrown around.
That's kind of like that, because at first we know what it means. But now if you so much as look at someone the wrong way, that's the first. You like money? That's the first phrase you get.
You liking man and being gay is two different things.
Yeah.
But that's another phrase that has been thrown around a lot.
You be hanging around them psychos.
No, I'm not saying me. I'm saying, if you listen to people talk or on social media, it's this weird thing about, if you in a relationship, you should not have any friends. Your partner is your friend. That's exhausting to put all that on one person.
No, I never believed that. That's why I hate
like
when people cut their friends off when they get in a relationship.
Oh no, I can't do that, because when they leave you, you cut off your friends.
Don't come back.
Now you in depression without friends? You on your
No.
own?
They usually come back.
They come back?
Usually they try to.
Not all of them.
I've had experiences. I had a friend who would constantly cut me off every time she got a dude, because that would be her main focus, and she'd come back. Until one day I was like, bruh, no, I am not doing this with you. So
I think with
So
men
you break a
mostly,
heart, he come right back.
it's like if Gabe was in a relationship and he stopped hanging out, we'd just be getting off on him until.
you think women don't do the same thing?
No, I think y'all do, but I just hate it personally. I just detest that, because it's like, bro, I understand you're trying to do this and that, but it's like, well, it ain't healthy for you personally to just be consumed by just one person.
And that is why when you have people like that, when they break up, that's why they go into deep depression. Because now I understand, I had a situation where this guy was my only friend, but that's just at the time I didn't really have any friends. That's different. And that's why I would never intentionally cut off my friends, because it's like you said, when you become consumed by this one person, it's unhealthy. And then also on top of that, if they do break up with you,
You are in shambles.
and it's good to have a support system, because I don't believe you shouldn't tell your friends things about your relationship. I believe some things in your relationship you should keep private, but sometimes you need somebody who is, because you may think one thing and you need somebody on the outside, whether it be, because that's also a thing abusers do. They isolate you and they don't want you talking to your friends, because you could tell your friends what's going on and they could tell you leave.
Yeah.
They also weirdly insecure. But even you can tell your friends stuff about your relationship. Just be careful who you tell these things to, and be careful how much you share. Because you could like tell certain, like, this is a situation that happened. And I've had friends where I've told that, and they'll be like, bruh, please go apologize to that dude because you know you was wrong, right? But it's good to have another perspective and that support system.
Sometimes I do be tripping. That's why, sure. That's a raccoon. I hope that's a
Are you coming
raccoon.
from in the back there?
No,
That sounds like outside. That actually makes me want to hide
Leave
out
the
a little
one
bit.
with, start a new relationship with you. This is what
Speaking
you
of
do.
cutting off, a lot of people for their New Year's resolution said, "Yo, I'm cutting off this person. I'm cutting off that person." Me
Sometimes
personally,
you gotta.
I've seen.
You know what has killed me?
What?
When they cut someone off and their life still is garbage. because that just tells me you are the problem.
I was about to say, you know why? Because sometimes you're the problem.
Exactly.
Some people need to take a line from Taylor Swift and be like, listen, it's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Because sometimes you are the problem. And even sometimes when things are toxic, it may not be that you are a toxic person, but you're toxic for that person. Or you guys are toxic together.
Toward each other.
Look at Krishan and Blueface.
Not bad people, just bad together.
Right. And if you, like, I could bring them up. If you look at, like, say, for instance, Krishan and Blueface, they are both two broken people. And they don't need to be together because when it's just the toxicity just flows.
It's too much for it, yeah.
And also sometimes you being toxic, you may have your own issues. As my friend was telling me, you may have your own issues and your own whatever. And being around that person triggers those issues. So now your toxicity comes out and you are thinking it's you, but it's like certain people, whether it be friend, relationship, any of that. I don't know if Jalen agrees with this. Some people bring out your toxicity or
they bring out
trigger
the worst.
certain-
They bring out the worst in you.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's why I was using Krishan and Blueface as a great example. I'm sure it's apart
It's two broken people.
together
Yeah.
and there is, and because of that is emotional and physical abuse on both sides.
Because let me tell you something. If one of them was a bit healed, they would never.
They would never be with each other.
Exactly.
Because, and especially, like, I getting all up, but like, especially then being around somebody that triggers your issues or will gaslight you and gas you up or keep you unsteady in a way. That's why it's good to have a support system. Because you don't see those things, but your support system will see it.
But with that particular situation, they both have a support system who are against it, but they choose not to
Listen.
heed the advice.
And the thing is, I think with them and a lot of people in toxic relationships thrive off the drama and not, it's a dopamine and adrenaline rush, but also if you have never seen healthy examples of love or you've never been in a healthy relationship, because there's someone who was I had a toxic relationship, right into another one, and it's like being handled differently for some people, like having someone who was like, no, we can talk about this, but I was like, well, what is this? So some people are scared of that because peace is chaos to some people. If you were like people say, it's different between being raised on love and survival. But also, if you used to chaos all the time, peace is boring because you're not used to that. You then think something is wrong because you feel you don't realize that all of your relationships have been unhealthy, and you think this is normal. So you think it's normal for someone to punch you in the face or to like call you names, or every time they break up with you, like in their particular situation, they call you a slut or a whore, or you now say y'all broken up, you pregnant with their kid, and they calling you all kind of names. You think that that's okay because you don't know any better.
Yeah, because you've only ever been in bad or poor relationships.
Right, or
So
like
you think this is the norm.
Right, or like we were talking about, but the bare minimum. What happens a lot of times with people and the bare minimum, like, was that recorded? No. So basically, earlier we were talking about.
We was in a car one day.
Yeah, we were talking about how men and women do this. How certain people are good manipulating people, and they will say, or they have this mentality, I'm going to give this person the bare minimum. And
I
the
don't
reason,
think people actually come to that conclusion. I think,
bruh, I've met.
They probably say,
I
I
ain't
could
gonna
try.
name. There's a guy I know that particularly was like.
I don't think in their mind they say, I'm gonna give the bare minimum. They just say, but I ain't giving you this.
I feel as if they try and say,
But I'm
I
saying-
want to give you the bare minimum and see how you react. And if you give me the reaction I want, I'm going to keep giving you the bare
See,
minimum.
I don't play games, so I don't know. But there are some people, I know a dude who said it out loud. The idea is, if you've been in a toxic situation, right? Or a broken relationship, and you get like what we call peace. So at the beginning, this person's only giving you the bare minimum, but you're not used to any minimum. So you think that the bare minimum is fantastic. Like the quote said, like the thing I saw on Facebook. Listen, a turkey sandwich looks like a 5-course meal if you starving.
Yeah.
So if your previous relationship, you had somebody that,
used to beat you and try to
or
stab
even
you.
not, it was emotionally abusive or
Yeah.
was
Hope you do that
neglectful
for
in
real.
some way, or like, for instance, they didn't celebrate Valentine's Day or so they didn't believe in gifts, whatever it is. And then you get with somebody who is... It's not actually.
I don't know why you just saying put your phone on
Who do you call? You
vibrate.
cheating on me this year?
I keep forgetting.
This how we
See,
start.
stop enabling this aerial stuff.
Listen, actually, no, they didn't cheat. She already cheated on you, bro. You watch her get scaled by another man in front of her.
What were we talking about?
You could cause me to suck my regret.
I
Where's
don't-
my gun?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know. I just getting along with it. 'Cause-
I mean, him.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
but
enabling this.
You do know you was there when Archeria played a mermaid and she got
Oh,
scaled.
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know, we were
Yeah,
joking.
clearly I'm attracted to toxicity. So, breaking the cycle of 2023. But
Yeah.
what it is, if you're not used, because I have a friend, once again, I know people who've gotten out of a toxic relationship, they got with somebody, and so this person kind of like shows you different. They may not even doing the bare minimum intentionally. They show you different. So you think it's amazing. And what happens, and they're a good example of that, especially on her side, when things start to go sour and south, you still cling in to the bare minimum from the past. So when you're friends or whatever, like, bruh, leave that alone. That's not good for you. Oh, but it's blah, 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 blah. That person you met, that bare minimum, that gone.
Yeah.
And you thinking it's love because it's a bare minimum, and it's like you deserve better than that, but you don't feel like you deserve better. And then if you have abandonment issues, as she clearly does, you cling to a situation even if it's not healthy for you, even if it brings out the toxicity in you, because you're scared to lose this situation because you think it's love, and you also feel like anybody else could love you or blah 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 blah.
Someone
And
will
it takes sometimes. You don't leave, they leave. And you may be upset, but you don't realize it's a blessing because then you start to like...
Bro, yeah, if they leave and life gets better, that's how you know for a fact it
Or
was
you
a
just
blessing,
start to
bro.
see things, and it's sort of like he was talking about... When he was talking about dating with intention and people healing themselves, a lot of broken people get into relationships and you're not fully healed. So what you doing is you wondering why, like how when you say every girl talks to you have a narcissistic ex. You wondering why all these relationships are the same, and you're like, who's the problem? The problem is you, because you keep repeating the pattern.
Yeah.
So you have not taken the time to sit down to heal yourself from whatever first emotionally damaged you. So you ain't fixing that. So you still think it's a good idea. So you keep getting these same situations until you realize, okay, I got to fix me, or I got to break this pattern of like, sometimes not even just fixing you. You see these red flags, and like we were talking about, you think these things roses. You ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
So it's now like, okay, all you doing is you dating the same person in a different body.
Yeah.
So
That's God's way of saying, let's see if you fall for the same trick twice. And I sometimes still don't learn. But don't worry, this year, we learn it. The
Some
minute
people-
I see it, I dip. I'm the fastest man alive when it comes to dipping out on people by people now. The minute I see it, I say, oh, that's my cue? Yeah, that's definitely my cue. And then I'm gone. Okay, how come you don't text me no more? Because you're going to get me killed.
for
You're going to
real.
get me
And-
killed.
Like consistency is a big thing, even in relationships. Like if I feel like I gotta run behind you, bruh, I
stopped chasing to see. Let's see. Am I chasing them? Or are they mad that I'm actually keeping up with them and they're trying to get away from
And
me?
for me, I had to learn the same thing because I had a pattern, and I would be like, bruh, why are all the people I date toxic? And then I had to realize that it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, because I will see red flags and I would ignore it, or I would hold on to a situation I need to let go of, or I think I was also getting a situation I knew wasn't gonna work, but I was sticking it out. And it's so like now it's learning to set boundaries when you see the red flags to go. Also, I had a captain save a whole complex, and I can't save nobody. I ain't rescue, because
Same
in
club.
you saving people, you actually end up more damaged.
Not just that, you're damaging them because they become dependent on you. And when you're gone and you see someone that you know would be clear danger, they don't know it's danger because you're always there to call out the danger. So now you're
Right.
defenseless. You don't know it's danger. And when it surprises you, you're like, wow, Who was that? I like, this is what someone was protecting you from the whole time.
Or even not
don't protect
danger.
them this
They
year,
don't.
bro.
If they're unhealthy in any way, right? They don't. If you leave, they're not going to change the pattern because they don't realize they're unhealthy. And also, then what you put up with is what's going to happen.
It is good to be back with my family. Once more. Y'all better not.
Oh my God! No, wait. Your hands are very soft.
I was
Taylor,
actually about to tell you, you're feeding him material. I was just about to. I didn't want to yank it away because I was enjoying it, but no, I wasn't enjoying it.
Just fed him material.
No, I didn't want to.
I was gonna say something out of pocket, but Gabe's mother watches this podcast. So I'll say it afterwards.
I want to hear it.
Gabe's mom, meet your future daughter-in-law to the right.
Well, congratulations. You're the first one to meet her because that's the only thing I can be proud of. I say, glad these gals ain't never meet my mother. They ain't wordy. But we ain't on that. My final remarks.
I
is glad to
literally
be back
just had a
with
conversation about that the other day, but go ahead.
I'm glad to be back with my 2 old for cartoons family.
Okay, so
I
let me
love you
finish.
all.
Why are you molesting our mic though? Mike's dad.
More adventures to come.
Well, that took an unexpected turn.
The mic in the next 2 months.
Oh God, don't say that because that reminds me of I'm about to scar everybody. Already?
No.
It reminds me. Remember, I told you I'm reading through a kiddie version of like the Greek heroes because Percy Jackson. But I read a lot of Greek tales.
Yeah.
Greek tales, sorry. And there's one Minos. Is it Minos? And his wife. So Minos. He was a king. He was like half god, half king. Because Zeus had a lot of kids. And they didn't.
So he was a demigod, basically.
Yeah, he's a demigod, and that still didn't really impress his people too much. They didn't care. So he wanted the gods to do something, right? Poseidon. So he was like, "Hey, I need to prove my whatever," and they're like, "Oh, you're just gonna ask your dad." So he's like, "No, I gotta ask another god." So he said, "Poseidon, send me a bull. Give me a sign." Or whatever to let them know that I am anointed or whatever, right? So Poseidon sends this milky white bull. This bull is just beautiful. And he's like, it's a pretty bull. I think I keep it instead of executing it, instead of giving it as a sacrifice. So because of that, Poseidon was like, oh no, you didn't. So he had Aphrodite kind of put this thing on his wife, who was also a witch, where she fell in love with the bull.
So it was bestiality.
And apparently, she tried to break herself out of it. And then she's like, no, I'm going to make the bill want me. So she went to Daedalus, I was pronouncing his name wrong, who's an inventor. And I didn't make her a cow suit or whatever. And yeah, her and the bull. And
Okay, so some more bestiality.
Is that where the term brazen bull comes from?
And then 9 months later, kid's born, right? But from the shoulders
half
down,
bull?
it's all human body. And the head is like a bull. So that's the Minotaur. And he had Daedalus brave this whole labyrinth and whatever. And turned that poor Minotaur did nobody nothing, but made it kind of vicious to kill people. So when you said about the mic, that made me think of
So how does
man.
him palming the mic sign
Bro,
think you
I don't understand how my brain works. I just
You have a brain of a goldfish.
I have my brain just kind of
what?
in here it's just I don't even know what to say to you. It's like ponies and rainbows, and then an overworked hamster running on the wheel. Like, oh my God, give me a break.
Oh yeah.
See, listen, you literally
Mine gets off the treadmill every now and again. Says, I don't think he needs me. Gabe, what's 2 + 2? The hamster. Oh, she's talking to us.
You're in his bag because I feel like the hamster in Jalen had died, and he didn't even realize it died because he was too busy to feed it.
I don't think so. I think the hamster in his head be running. I think he'd be on my grind.
No, the thing
I can't stop.
This
I
is
can't
The thing
Like,
about it is,
yeah.
the hamsters in my head have a treadmill. They don't be on a wheel.
Yeah. They're advancing now.
The hamsters in Jalen's head are dead because he forgot to feed them. That's what I stick
They
with.
dead. The treadmill's still moving.
They're now like zombies. He resurrected them somehow, but they're
They moving, dog.
And then I forgot. I had closing remarks. I forgot what they're gonna be.
Because I don't know where you come from with this.
My brain works weirdly. And now I've scarred our audience.
So what's your closing remarks for this episode?
Oh God, one of y'all go because I can't. I'm trying to remember.
just
Listen, if
finished
I
giving
go,
mine.
he just went. I go in and we in the show.
I try to remember. I had closing thoughts. I forgot what I was gonna
Okay.
say. You said something that made
You
me
was
think
talking
of
about this
something.
outlook for the year.
No, I'm talking about just now. One of y'all said something.
Tool for Cartoons family.
No, literally something you said just now, right after I talked about the bull.
About you giving him material.
The
I said
soft
actual
hands.
gave her soft hands, he does.
No,
But
I
that's
get 'em
not
from my
what it
pull-up
was.
bar.
So Gail's mom, this is what you have to deal with and a daughter.
Very soft hand.
But first of all, I'm red woman, so I should tell you right now.
You don't trigger my PTSD though. I don't be that fearful.
Just like they'll eat my food because life insurance is very important.
Anyway,
Took me
this
a while
has
to
been
catch on.
great to start off the year. You're gonna see more.
I remembered my closing remarks now, some of them. So just to bounce off of what you said, I am not against people making New Year's resolutions. If you want a new year, new me, do that.
I'm not
Listen,
saying- but don't
drink
say
water,
that phrase.
Drink water.
And
Mind your business. Focus on you and your health and healing you and mental or physical health. Make sure you eat properly. All those nice things. If a situation does not serve you, leave it. Not telling people leave their job or try to, because you do not need. We went through we're in the middle of the apocalypse, so you should focus on yourself. The hot sauce.
Yeah.
And just remove yourself from toxic situations. But here's the thing. Sometimes you are the toxic situation. You have to recognize that too. That the toxic situation is because of you. So you got to and please heal yourselves before y'all bleed over other people. Stop being friends and in relationships or whatever with people. It is not your partners, especially women, because I've heard this. Women's job is have you ever met a dude and you want to fix him? It is not your partner's responsibility, friend, family, anybody, to take on your emotional labor to fix you. You have to want to fix you. And I still don't remember what I was supposed to say, but it'll come to me. But that's my closing remarks.
Finally, as we close out the show, thank y'all for watching Tool for
We
Cartoons.
forgot one thing, but next time.
What one thing?
Remember, we have this thing after closing remarks is so something that brought you joy this week.
For me, trying to have some 2 hours.
No, it's gonna be it's quick. It can be anything. For me, I Dancing Babies. Also, where I work, I had an encounter with a little. That sounded wrong. I was gonna say an encounter with a little girl was wrong. I met a little girl who thought I was the most awesome thing ever, and that brought me joy. The kids bring me joy.
I'm
Man.
happy you brought your joy.
Being around you guys
me-
bring me joy. Except I like Gabe more than I like Jalen.
And you know what really brings me joy?
partner.
When we end the show.
You know what?
What made me happy? I got a pull-up bar from Amazon, and it works wonders.
Man.
He's been in the gym working on his fitness
Every day.
So actually another happy thing is to see Ariel's relationship.
Knew it was gonna be something. If this cell phone wasn't a present, you'd catch it.
All right,
With
but
your
yeah,
face.
but my final remarks is, we have a lot of things planned for this year. More movie nights, more public appearances, because I just did a panel yesterday talking about Tool for Cartoons.
And hopefully, Jalen will actually put us in one of his skits because he's been telling us about
Mom, it's going to happen. I don't know.
I'm waiting on Homemade Heroes. Are you ready for Homemade Heroes?
Me not trust you.
Oh, man. But until next time, we can see y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Take care. See y'all on the streets.
Drink water. Mind your business.
Amen.
And cut everybody off.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Watching cartoons separates you from others.